friends. What did he say?
He cussed me out and hung up the phone.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jim Watkins with a PIX News special report. We are getting word of a U.S. Airways plane crash in the Hudson River. You're taking a look now at the Hudson River. To give you some perspective here, this shot is coming from the New Jersey side, headed back over toward Manhattan. Now, if we pull out it's near 42nd Street, and I think very near the Intrepid Sea, Air and Space Museum, which you can actually see a little bit in the background right there. If you look right in the middle of your picture, you will see what all the attention is going toward. Even, it appears, coming from tourist ferries, which have it surrounded. It looked to be a U.S. Airways jet, about commuter jet size, not a full-size commercial airliner. The plane seems to be sinking into the Hudson right now. If you look up at the top of the screen, you can see...
Yo, Gut Buckets, I'm really happy for you. I'm going to let you finish, but Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time. One of the best videos of all time. This is Big Orange Couch, the 90s Nickelodeon podcast, where we talk about all things 90s Nickelodeon. My name's Joey.
I'm Andrew.
And I'm Allie.
And this is episode number 270. We're going back to 2009 for our year in review.
15 years ago, kind of nauseating.
Yeah, crazy. Some of this stuff feels like it just happened.
Just happened. I mean, I just saw these movies.
It's like that meme where it's like 1990 is 10 years ago, you know?
Yeah, yes.
For us. Oh, boy.
Yeah, it's a really strange feeling. Allie, we always like to start with who were you in 2009? What was happening?
Yeah. So originally I was gunning for that 2005 spot, but I'm actually very glad to have landed on 2009 because it was a very consequential year for me. A lot of changes. I was just graduating college, starting teaching, and then I had left my death metal band that I was in at this time and migrated towards some bluegrass.
Wait! You're going so fast. There's a lot to unpack there, Allie.
Yeah.
So you're in what did you play?
I was the lead vocalist in my death metal band.
Oh, nice. Are you willing to reveal the name of this band?
Sure. Yeah. So we were called Boy Named Sue.
I love that.
If you want to hear it, all you do is Google Reverb Nation and Boy Named Sue. In the same Google search, it'll pop up, and you can hear our EP.
Hell yes, that's awesome.
Yeah, because that was like the thing in 2009 was to promote your band was Reverb Nation. Yeah. And then I also met my wife this year. We started dating, and we've been together since.
Awesome.
Yeah, pretty big year.
Yeah, Andrew, I know you left your death metal band too, right?
Yeah, got that right. My main life thing was graduating college this year.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, so that was good.
Yeah,
I guess good, and also like
now
life.
What?
Yeah, like earth shaking in that way. Like, what am I gonna do?
Yes, 2009 was the year I graduated from college. The year I got my first professional job. Kind of if in retrospect, it feels like a very unstable year. I'm sure because of the graduation and like the uncertainty of the job, but in many other ways too. It felt like, I don't know. I guess when you graduate college, it's a kind of a big like, who am I type thing. Like, what am I going to do now? Because like you kind of have to sink or swim on your own, and so 2009 has that kind of feeling for me. And I've been trying to put my finger on this year, but I can't quite do it. And culturally, I'm not sure there's a ton that really helped me decide one way or another. I mean, how are you guys feeling about 2009 culturally?
I feel pretty good about it. I feel like after a few years of like trying to find some footing again, things have kind of like begun to shift into like the better direction, like more stuff coming out again. That's good.
You thinking like Pawn Stars or?
Yeah, that was my main one.
Don't forget Hardcore Pawn. Like, we're gonna have that discussion.
What about you, Allie? Like, do you have? Are you feeling? What do you feel about this year in general?
Yeah, I think there might be a deeper discussion on events than maybe we might anticipate.
Mm-mm.
But like as far as pop culture goes, it's a pretty exciting year for me, at least. I was very excited to talk music, and you know, maybe not a ton of TV shows, but the ones that I really like that are there, I really like.
Yeah, yeah.
Same with movies. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, Andrew, what are our topics for 2009?
We're going to be talking movies, TV shows, albums, songs, video games, books, and events.
Yeah. I feel like pretty soon we should add like apps or something.
This might be the year for it.
Yeah, this is kind of the start of like some popular ones, but
might come up again.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Allie, as our guest, what category would you like to start in?
If we're going right into it, I think event. I want to kind of set the tone for the year.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah. Nice. Well, trying to somewhat stay away from political stuff just because it's so big. But so my thing for this year was ad block being created. And I feel like if you're not using ad block by now, come on. It's just so good, so useful. Probably like the single most useful app type thing that I've downloaded in the last 15 years.
I don't think I have this. What is this? Like, I know what it is, but like, what do you use it on? Your computer, your phone?
I mostly use it on my computer, but I think you can get it on your phone.
Okay. Maybe it's more for PC users?
Possibly. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can get on your phone. I guess the problem is, like, I don't know how it works with, like, the YouTube app. If it's on my computer, I can, I use this to not have to watch YouTube ads. I don't know if, like, they've come up with a way to do that inside another app. Probably not, but it's just so good.
Ad block.
One of those things you don't think about, but it is like vital.
Yeah.
You maybe just don't appreciate it as much as you should.
Yeah, if you're not thinking about it, like, it's doing its job.
Ad block's gonna have to pay you here, Andrew. Andrew, if you had to guess, how many languages is ad block available in?
50.
Holy cow! Yeah, 51.
Wow. Close.
Wow.
Okay. I like it. Ad block. I feel like whatever Allie's about to hit us with is going to make ad block look, I don't know, sheepish.
I think the most significant event from 2009 was the inauguration of President Obama.
Sure.
First black president.
Sure.
Prepared to take the oath, Senator?
I am.
I, Barack Hussein Obama, do solemnly swear.
I, Barack Hussein Obama, do solemnly swear.
That I will execute the office of President to the United States faithfully.
That I will execute
the office of President of the United States.
The office of President of the United States faithfully.
And will, to the best of my ability.
And will, to the best of my ability.
Preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States.
Preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States.
So help you God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
I know he touched in 2008, like first elected, but it's official. It's here.
Yeah, right.
Going to work. Pretty monumental thing that we got to witness in our lifetime.
Yeah,
and looking back on this year, it was like, it's kind of crazy to think about, like, gay marriage hadn't been passed yet, and federally, and It's wild that like that long. It's not that long ago, but we were still so far behind. Like there were still states like that had like they were just banning cigarette smoke in like bars and restaurants. And stuff, like it's a weird transition of like era. So
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I was actually supposed to be at the inauguration. I had a ticket.
Whoa.
So I'm, a very close friend at the time was living in Washington, D.C. She had procured our Ohio our inauguration tickets, which are really competitive to get. But the inauguration fell on my first day of this like graduation program from college. So I kind of had to like make this decision, and I decided not to like skip out on the first day of this program. I don't know if I regret it or not. It's just kind of like one of those impossible decisions.
Yeah.
But it all turned out. But just like that whole week was kind of a big week, which I'll touch on in a second.
That's a really tough call, right? Like historical moment, important part of your career in life.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
I think either way, like just seeing it happen was monumental and impactful for our generation, at least.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think that's like kind of like that's the moment really for this year, for here at least.
Not ad block.
Well, I do, but it maybe didn't affect the world quite as broadly.
Yeah. One thing I did note this year that I thought was kind of strange in connection to Obama is that he won the Nobel Peace Prize. And it's not that like, I don't like dislike Obama or nothing like that. It just felt like a little like trigger happy on it. Like maybe give him more than 9 months. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I can see what you're saying. Like, not much you can do in that first year of a presidency in a lot of ways, right? Yeah,
exactly. Obama being sworn in was also Ted's pick, Joseph's pick. So a couple people shouted it out. My event, which was also Vince's, happened the same week, 5 days prior, and this is of course the Miracle on the Hudson. Sullenberger, baby. Landing that plane in the river. Who could forget? Obviously they went on to make an iconic Tom Hanks film called Sully.
I don't think I even heard of this until the movie.
Are you kidding me?
No, I don't. I don't know. I missed it.
It was like the biggest news, wasn't it?
It was pretty big.
Okay. I want to make sure I'm not delusional here. I feel like it was like a pretty defining thing of the year. The plane in the river.
Yeah, it seems like a big deal.
Oh yeah. I mean, this guy, he's definitely a hero. I don't know. It's just kind of one of those like fun, cool, weird stories. And I was trying to think of like, Obama's obviously right up there as far as like what you would think of when you think of defining moments. That inauguration's pretty unforgettable. Michelle's dress, unforgettable. But then like, second to that to me in my head was like, well, Sully on the river, people standing on the wings of the plane. Like that's kind of an iconic, memorable image from that year.
Yeah.
That's true. Did you see the movie? Did you guys see that movie?
No, I'm not a big Tom Hanks fan.
Oh, what? Oh my God, you're right. We got to get. Whoa! Oh my God, I don't even know
his voice. He can't turn it
really?
off.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Like Woody? You don't like Woody?
It's hard for me to like see him do any role, like because it's just Tom Hanks. You know what I mean? Like I don't really feel like he's changing a lot of who he is.
Sure.
To adapt to a character, and he gets cast in everything.
Yeah. I just watched That Thing You Do, and I mean that's a good directorial debut.
Mm-hmm.
Totally rips.
I won't fight you on that. I don't know. I just like if he was Batman, he'd be like, "I am the Knight," like he just won't turn off the voice. So.
Except for Forrest Gump, I guess, right? Like,
yes. man.
Okay, yeah. So we got Ad Block, Obama, and Miracle on the Hudson.
I do have one thing to say about the Sully Sullenberger thing. And
Sure.
It's probably my favorite from promo in all of pro wrestling was recently. But if you Google Dalton Castle and Sully Sullenberger, it's one of my favorite promos of all time. So that's all I'm going to give you guys to just.
That's it. Okay.
Please go watch it.
All right, excellent. Before we move on, guys, come on.
Oh no, it's time.
It's time for your Dino Count.
All right, so Dino Facts. This is, in the year of our 44th president, Barack Obama, we have 44 dinosaurs that were discovered this year. We have the Heloceratops, we have the Lemusaurus, we have the Tawa, the Zanabazar, we have Kol, K-O-L, we have the Kwanlong, the Minoterasaurus. So pretty strong year for dinosaurs. I don't know. Any feelings there?
Yeah, pretty incredible.
Yeah, 44.
These names seem like they're all over the place. Do they follow any sort of structure?
A lot of it. Well, obviously, if it's a saurus or a tops, long, those are all, families. Yeah. And some of it depends on like where it's discovered. If it's Asia, America, Europe. I'm not sure about the like really short ones. Kol, Tawa. I mean, Zanabazar is really a strange one. So no, I guess the long answer is I'd have to look into that.
Yeah.
But you know what else I was thinking, Andrew?
No.
What we should have been doing this whole time is we should have been looking at Time Person of the Year.
Oh, yeah.
Sure. Like of course 2006 was the iconic EU with the mirror.
Yeah.
2009.
What?
Oh wait, what'd you say?
Classic. Love it.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I love it, but yeah, it's classic. All right. The Time Person of 2009 is the Fed chairman Ben Bernanke.
Wow,
that's shocking.
I was looking into it. Do you guys want to guess who won Time Person of the Year the most of anybody in history? 3 times this person won it.
Oh, interesting.
It started, and to give you some help, it started in 1929, so it's not even 100 years yet. So it's a significant person. I mean, you guys would.
Is it a real person?
It's a real. It's a real person.
Well, okay.
You mean not meet you 3 times?
No, but like Uncle Sam or something.
Yeah, the only like the troops have gotten it twice.
Mm-hmm. But this is one singular person.
Yeah, this person got it 3 times.
Man, 29. Jesus.
It's a good guess.
It's a good guess. No.
I didn't begin to come up with someone who I think was like around long enough.
Yeah. It makes sense with the timeline of when it started and what was happening. So the Great Depression, World War II.
Oh, like Roosevelt?
Yeah, Roosevelt, Franklin Roosevelt.
Mm.
There's a lot of people with 2. Stalin had 2. George Marshall, Truman, Churchill, Eisenhower, Lyndon Johnson, Richard Nixon, Ronald Reagan. Let's see, Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, Obama, and Taylor Swift has become the first female to be recognized twice because she was included in the Silence Breakers in 2017.
Interesting.
Yeah. Anyway, fascinating to look through the list of who's won. Nice. And Andrew, do you have what the UN year is?
Oh yeah. Ready for it?
Yeah, I'm ready. Oh, I can't wait.
It's 2009 was the year of natural fibers.
Fibers again? Didn't we just do fiber? Like a type of fiber?
We
Wasn't there like a wheat year or something?
millet? We did millet.
Millet. The UN is obsessed.
This is like an ultimate this is like practically like saying air. Like it's so broadly useful. It's like, yeah, we know. Like everyone on the planet is aware of this.
I mean, before you said it, I was going to jokingly say bean, and I'm like not that far off.
Yeah.
Is there any video of them like announcing this? Like, I just imagine somebody being like, "Are you guys excited to hear what the new one is?" Like, and then just fibers,
dead silence.
Oh, good.
Or do they just go crazy for this?
Probably do it in
we're lost.
Bring out an advocate for fibers
Yeah.
to like give an acceptance speech.
Yeah.
All right. I love it. Close call.
Yes. My close call, just because it was a weird one, is every U.S. television station officially switching from analog to digital signals. So
Interesting.
it kind of made a big difference, big leap in picture quality and like ability to do like all this like watch on demand type stuff.
Yeah. Man, someone just sent me a video of someone who took a video of when that happened. Like they were in their house watching their TV and like it just cuts off. Yeah, wild. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's an interesting one. Allie, close call.
Yeah, sort of ushering in like a new era, I feel like, but the closing of Circuit City just seemed like a monumental event that year, you know?
That's a good one, yeah.
Yeah, and just kind of ushers in that era of like feels like the start of, owning media.
Yeah.
Physical media. So
Yeah,
that really was weird. It feels like that transition happened almost overnight from like everybody's getting DVDs to nobody wants DVDs.
yeah.
I mean, I still do buy Blu-rays and whatnot.
yeah.
but-
Yeah, Andrew, you're a physical collector. Allie, do you collect any physical?
Unfortunately, I don't really. I stopped, around this time with ushered into the era, but I don't know. I don't know why I didn't stick to it. I think probably financial reasons.
sure.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Yeah, that's a good one. I missed that.
mhm.
Cool. Well, I have two here that I kind of liked. I got the advent of Dropbox.
Mm.
I mean, Andrew, we couldn't do the show without Dropbox.
That's true. That is weird. I mean, 2009. That's quite a while ago.
Yeah. And of course, I referenced it kind of in the opening here, but the MTV VMA Awards where Kanye cuts off Taylor. This was also picked by Marley and Nikki.
Music, so thank you so much for giving me a chance to win a VMA award.
Yo, Taylor, I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time. One of the best videos of all time.
But that was a very, I don't know, just a funny moment.
Yeah. Very
And
weird.
who knew at the time that Taylor Swift would become like the most famous person on earth?
According to Kanye, it said he's the one who did it.
Oh, has he said that?
Well, he had a song where the lines was "I made that bee famous," which caused its own controversy. And Kanye is in the wrong here. If anyone's going to try to come for whoever in this, but
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Did you guys have Ferguson's?
Oh yeah. Mine is, well, I was trying to stay out of political stuff, but I had to say the Citizens United ruling thing that like has made it so that companies could donate unlimited amounts of money to political causes and whatever. Just so dumb and like not good for anybody really, except for the people that are able to do this.
Yeah. No, oh yeah. I mean, it's like I feel like totally screwed us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Complete insanity.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that is a true It's not even a Ferguson. That's like a
no.
It's like a I don't know, the Dead Man Float guy or something. Allie Ferguson.
Before I mention my Ferguson, I just kind of wanted to touch on there was a lot of surprising deaths this year among celebrities. But my Ferguson was the recession as a whole. It's just a tough year for a lot of folks, and I felt at the time. Of course, many did too, and a lot of people who are not in power were really hurt.
Yes. Yeah, totally. I might as well just say that's mine too. The recession. Just like a weird period. And looking back on it, a pretty defining thing about the time. I noted also swine flu pandemic started that year.
I got it. It was really bad.
No way. You got swine flu?
I got so sick.
What was that like? I mean, like you're the only person I've ever met.
I think I got it. I don't know. I just I'd never been that sick before. It was so bad. Man. Just like the worst aches and cold, just like it was a really tough to go through.
Dang.
Yeah.
Okay. I also have here that Disney acquired Marvel for $4.2 billion, which that could border anywhere between liking and a Ferguson, I guess. But a few other picks from people. Lacey said meeting the GOAT, Nick Saban, the summer before his first championship at Bama. Lacey, of course, from Alabama. Andrew, Nick Saban is a football coach.
I see.
Okay. Yeah. Tim, our friend Tim, said he got married, so that's awesome.
Nice.
Chris A said we got a Hanks twofer, Sully and Captain Phillips, both true life events, both happened that year, and Tom Hanks played both people.
And what the hell? I mean, they're both in similar characters, I guess.
Well, yeah, and Hanks really brought him to life. I wasn't sure if I was watching Sully or Tom Hanks. I was confused. Allie, you referenced some celebrity deaths. Shay and Corey, said the death of Michael Jackson. They remember pretty vividly. Also, Farrah Fawcett passes away that year. Shay said. Mel mentioned the Balloon Boy hoax. I should have looked this up. What is the Balloon Boy hoax?
I don't know.
I think just some kid was flying high on a balloon, just got stuck up there. From what I remember.
I'm looking at. Hold on. Balloon Boy hoax occurred on October 15th, 2009, when a homemade helium-filled gas balloon shaped to resemble a silver flying saucer was released into the atmosphere above Fort Collins, Colorado by Richard and Mayumi Hene. Then they claimed that their 6-year-old son Falcon was trapped inside of it. This is amazing. And then there's pictures of the National Guard flying to try to help. Did these people go to jail?
I don't know.
Give me a sec. On November 13th, he pleaded guilty to attempting to influence a public servant. He was sentenced to 90 days in jail and ordered to pay $36,000 in restitution. His wife was sentenced to 20 days of jail.
The fine seems a little excessive, frankly.
I don't know if you scrambled the National Guard to
some serious resources.
Yeah, that's 36,000 is probably not even what it costs. But
no, I mean they probably didn't anticipate it was gonna get that big. I mean, I'm not saying that they did something good, but
no.
It's a little. I feel like
I don't know. Didn't they do something good? They captivated Mel's attention for.
That's true. We're still talking about it years later.
Kylie mentioned many states approving same-sex marriage that year. Of course, President Obama became the first sitting president to ever publicly support same-sex marriage, which was pretty important. And then Josh said he graduated college that year, so he was with you and I.
Nice.
Yeah. So, all right. Any other thoughts about events?
Just some other notable deaths. There was like, they don't all stay old ones or young ones, but Ed McMahon, Dom DeLuise, B. Arthur, and Walter Cronkite. Not surprising that they happen, but because they're up there in age.
Yeah.
But some surprising ones maybe were like David Carradine's death.
Wow.
Patrick Swayze.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I thought he just died. What the hell?
Yeah. Brittany Murphy was that year.
Yeah.
John Hughes, I think, probably died too young. And then just because Billy Mays also, rest in peace.
Wow.
Man, yeah. Some of those are surprising that it was that long ago.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. All right. Andrew, any other thoughts on events?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, where do you want to go, Andrew?
Let's do album, I guess.
All right. Junkie year for music, man.
Okay. I mean, I don't have a ton of stuff, but my top album is Yo La Tengo Popular Songs. Really great. I remember pre-ordering this and getting the Adventureland soundtrack with the vinyl.
Wow.
So that was cool. But one of the, probably like my most listened to vinyl, not that I always listen to vinyl, but love it so much. Just such a like mood album, kind of the way that it progresses is sort of weird, from like weird trippy like pop to just like jangling jamming by the end of it.
This isn't
anyway,
their
just really cool.
Is this their covers album or no?
No.
Okay, I don't know if I know this one that well.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Also, it has a really great album art by this like pretty interesting artist guy that like uses really weird, hard to get materials in his stuff. But it's like a weird cassette tape that the guy made that's all like broken and stuff. Anyway, just really cool image.
Yeah, that is cool. Yeah, I mean, I was looking it up, but yeah, it looks cool. All right, YOLO Tango Popular Songs.
Yeah,
cool. Allie, favorite album?
Yeah, I want to say I agonized over the music category over anything. And like you, Joe, I kind of have like a list,
Yeah.
And I also want to apologize in advance for what folks are about to hear. But my favorite album that year was An Awakening by Those Who Lie Beneath. They are a deathcore band, if you want to get specific on genre, but of the death metal, variety of music. But boy, this is a front to back album for me. It is kind of like what I want every death metal album to be like, and that opening song, "Awaken," is just incredible. It just sets the tone so well for the album. The last 60 seconds of it goes so hard. And what's cool about these guys is my band played some shows with them in the Northwest, and they had just got signed to Rise Records, so we were really stoked for them. And they mentioned our band in the album notes, which was really cool. Yeah, but I'm not playing up anything. Like, this is legitimately like my favorite death metal album ever. It's so well done. Unfortunately, only did one album before they split up. So if anybody is into the music, the vocalist Jamie, who's one of my favorites, switched to a band called I Declare War. They're out of Seattle. And then the remaining band members formed a new band called Vitriol. and they're actually kind of taking off again. So they have a new album coming out and tour and stuff. So I'm really excited for those guys.
Will you say the name of the band and the album again?
Yeah, so the album is An Awakening, and the band name is Those Who Lie Beneath.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know that one either. Andrew, do you know?
No, I don't.
No.
Either.
Okay, cool. Something new to check out.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right. Yeah, I don't feel like I'm not convinced by this year. There's it's a lot of years. There's just like a couple albums where I'll be like really bullish on it and be like, these are great, go check them out. And this year I'm just kind of like, yeah, I guess like, and as I was going through, a lot of the music felt very 2009, like very kind of cutesy and I don't know, twee, and I don't know. But anyway, I'm picking a guy I've talked about before. This is him trying his hand at a little country. That's Ben Queller, Changing Horses.
We are helpless without you. Come back to us with that smile you always do. I never thought that anything could hurt you.
You know, I love Ben Queller. I've talked about Ben Queller. It's this is him doing kind of, you know, he's from Texas, so it's not like he's like, you know, pretending or anything here. He's kind of rooted in it, but I think it's a really good kind of folk country album, and if you like what you're hearing, you know,
Nice.
go check it. BK, yeah.
Yeah, that was one of my close calls.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you liked that one. Cool. All right. Well, yeah, let's do close calls.
Yeah. My official close call is the Where the Wild Things Are soundtrack.
Oh,
Karen
interesting.
and the Kids.
Okay.
Really, I just love that so much. I mean, I thought the movie was very cool, looked great, but I think like I like the soundtrack even more than that.
Just like the score or the proper soundtrack?
I guess it's a soundtrack. I mean, there's it was like she made a soundtrack for the movie, I guess, basically, but so it's not like totally instrumental.
Okay.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
Like I would call it a soundtrack, I think, before I would call it a score.
Got it. Okay.
But whatever, it's good. It's really great. Some really great songs on there. Just like a really, it feels to me like perfect for. Even though you guys know fall's not my favorite. When this like early fall, this like feels perfect to me. I put this on.
Yeah.
Like walking in the woods when like the leaves are just starting to change. Anyway, really incredible.
And that was like I mean, I feel like that one of the best trailers I've ever seen, which a huge part of that was the Arcade Fire Wake Up.
Yeah.
And I was not really privy to, like, I hadn't been following Arcade Fire really. So like when I saw that trailer, I was like, holy cow, like just the imagery. Do you like that movie, Andrew?
Yeah, I like it. You know, I love how it looks. I guess it just, you know, I've only seen it once. Say that.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, that's an interesting pick. I wonder. I don't know if we've ever had a soundtrack before.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, just another random album that I like: Times New Viking, Born Again Revisited. They're a Columbus band, Columbus, Ohio, and just a really cool, like noisy album.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Yeah. Close call, Allie.
Yeah, I'm a little embarrassed to admit this, but just because I think they ushered in a genre of music that I mostly hate, which is, you know, like Lumineers and of my, you know, Monsters and Men and that kind of thing. But to lessen the impact this album had on me at the time, but Sigh No More by Mumford & Sons, I just thought front to back, I love every song on there. It really inspired me to like change sort of the type of music I was into at that time. It inspired me to pick up the banjo and start playing it. And so, you know, I don't love the bands that are that came out because of their success, but I don't know. I can't deny it. I think Mark Mumford has a beautiful voice. I think they're great songwriters and composers, and I love the album.
Yeah, I don't have any problem with Mumford and Sons. I only kind of know the hits though. Like I don't really know. I wasn't deep in the catalog. Would this have been their first album?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is their first album. I just remember hearing The Cave for the first time. Like, holy shit, this is amazing. But you know, I like how macabre sort of the whole album is lyrically, and it's just like I don't know. I can't really explain why I love it so much, but it just like front to back, and it's one that like my wife and I really loved at the time too. Helped us connect. So
yeah,
you know, there's some nostalgic feelings there too.
Sure. Yeah, I always find like the best albums they're just hard to describe. It's like hard to describe why you love it, and that's kind of the beauty of music in the first place. Yeah, because I don't really love anything else that's like them. Like if you put on Mumford and Sons radio, I don't think I'm tuning in. Sure. Yeah. Do you still tickle the banjo?
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
great instrument.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Cool. My Close Call, we've discussed this before too. It's Jason Schwartzman's project Coconut Records, the album Davy, which would be his last record. And I don't know, very tight album, like 2 to 3 minute songs, very catchy, kind of breezy. I would describe it as kind of a breezy album, like very easy to listen to. Not easy listening, mind you, but easy to listen to. You know that one, Andrew?
I remembered listening to it at the time, but I didn't get into it the same as the first one for some reason.
Okay. No problem. Did you guys do Ferguson albums?
No, I didn't.
I did.
Okay.
My Ferguson album, and this is just for anybody who's in the metal genre, but I thought Killswitch Engage, their self-titled album that year, was just horrendous. It was not. It was such a departure from what I liked about them. So.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know it.
No.
I do know that band, but I don't know that album. Yeah. I picked a band that I liked, but an album that I think is probably their worst. So that's Built to Spill, one of my all-time favorite bands. But they released that year There Is No Enemy, and I don't know. There's like 2 songs on it I like, and that's like pretty bad for me for a Built to Spill album. So that would be like a genuine Ferguson of like pure excitement, and then kind of immediately like, well, no, this isn't gonna work. Some listener picks here. Lacey picked North Hills by Dawes. Marley picked Demi Lovato, Here We Go Again. Tim picked Swoon by Silver Sun Pickups. Chris picked 1372 Overton Park by Lucero. How do you say it?
Lucero.
Yeah, Lucero. That's what I said. Yeah. Vince, The Fame Monster, Lady Gaga, of course. Nikki picked Fantasies by Metric. Shay also picked Mumford and Sons.
Nice.
Corey picked Animal Collective, Merriweather Post Pavilion. Said that was the soundtrack to many college parties that year. Ted picked Wilco, the album. I like that one, Ted. I think that's kind of an underrated Wilco. Joseph picked Incredibad by The Lonely Island.
That's my number 8.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Mel picked Manners by Passion Pit. Kylie picked Wolfgang Amadeus Phoenix by Phoenix. Kev picked the Ecstatic by Mos Def. Good album. That's a good one. Man, yeah, Kev, me and Kev. I got Kev. Kev, you got good taste. All right. Brad picked Black Gives Way to Blue by Alice in Chains. Scott picked Man on the Moon, The End of the Day by Kid Cudi. A local guy for us. Clayton picked Sainthood by Tegan and Sarah. And Josh picked Blueprint 3 by Jay-Z.
Nice.
What else? What else was happening out there? Allie, what else you got?
Okay, I'll list a few, and then I have like a 10 through 3, if you're cool with that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So some that I don't think have been mentioned. Brandy Carlisle had an album that year. Arsonists Get All the Girls, Oceano, Black Dahlia Murder. Eminem's Relapse is that year. Jason Isbell and the 400 Unit. A band called Amur, Clutch. And then Frank Fairfield, who the only way I can get folks to understand who he is, he was on the soundtrack for Over the Garden Wall. Had a really fun song on that album. All right, so my number 10 album that year was High, Wide, and Handsome by Loudon Wainwright III.
Yeah.
Number 9, an album called Pizza Box by Danny Barnes, who's like Les Claypool for banjo. Number 8, Incredibad, Lonely Island, Can't Deny It. Number 7, Dark Touches by Harmar Superstar. Number 6, I and Love and You by the Avett Brothers. Number 5, Salvation is a Deep Dark Well by a band called The Builders and the Butchers. Really great band out of Portland. I feel like the way I would describe them is if a Tim Burton movie became a band. Really cool stuff. Number 4, Dark Animals by William Elliott Whitmore. And number 3, Ruination by Job for a Cowboy, which is just incredible. It was almost my Ferguson, but then I listened to it and I'm like, okay, I was wrong. And I like that. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Andrew, anything else? Oh, you know what? I wanted to mention a few bands that broke up that year. We have the original breakup of Oasis, and they like done various stuff since, but not as the original lineup. Andrew, a sad one for us. Harvey Danger officially calls it quits that year. Peter, Paul, and Mary somehow broke up in 2009, which just seems absolutely impossible. And the Silver Jews also break up in 2009. I have no idea what the number 1 album is. Any guesses?
It's guessable.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, Taylor?
Yep.
Which one?
It's Fearless.
Is that Taylor?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's like a rollover from 2008, huh?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Love Story? What a song.
You belong with me on that one? I don't remember.
Man. You think so? Yeah, I think that. Yeah. Man, Taylor's about to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Incredible.
Pretty cool.
What she's done for the NFL.
Yeah. She'll win Time Person of the Year again. her and FDR, naturally. All right, well, I won't break up the party here. Let's just get right into songs.
All right. Well, my favorite is Yola Tango, Here to Fall.
Dreams that don't come true. But in the times ahead, there's love and hate and hope and dread come piling on. It makes it that much harder for you, yeah. I know you're worried.
It's the first song on the album that came out this year. It's like almost like a weird, sounds like a space James Bond theme or something.
Whoa, that's a cool way
really
to describe it.
fun. Also, just wanted to mention on that same album, like very close, is Nothing to Hide, and the video is very cool, and the band Times New Viking is in the video, like in place of the members of Yola Tango. Anyway, just
that sounds good.
Yeah.
Pretty groovy.
Good stuff.
Are they still together?
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, favorite song, Allie?
Yeah, my favorite song is called Who Stole the Soul by William Elliott Whitmore.
Who stole the soul? And who stole
the spark from inside of me. Why can't I breathe?
Ooh, I don't know it.
William Elliott Whitmore is inspired by like Woody Guthrie, like a lot of kind of protest style songs. Definitely like folk. But I feel like one of the most unique voices I think I've ever heard. And really just knows how to tap into emotion. And I feel like this song really like evokes that emotion from him of like, I've seen him live once. I cried my eyes out. He's just like, his music is so beautiful, you know, like it just compels me. But I think Who Stole the Soul is sort of like this sort of like living with depression and sort of like finding ways and finding the beauty in life and all that kind of stuff. It's just really like an amazing song. And in his voice, it's worth mentioning for folks if they haven't checked him out. So,
where is he from, Allie?
I don't know for sure. I know Midwest. He sings a lot about like Iowa and like the cornfields and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So he really taps into sort of that working class vibe, you know, or a blue collar kind of working class vibe. But you can just like feel the pain in his voice, you know, and I just like it feels real.
Yeah. Very, very sound pretty. Cool.
He has a more well-known song that's on this album called Hell or High Water, and I feel like that was one that like maybe put him on the map just a little bit. So if folks are interested in diving into him, check it out.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice. I have a song here from a guy from Canada. He goes by the name Hayden. You know, he was like in the 90s. Hayden was on Much Music a lot for us. They had a song in that Steve Buscemi movie, Trees Lounge. You remember this, Andrew?
I know the movie. I don't.
No, Hayden.
Sure know the song.
Oh man, they have the title track, Trees Lounge. But Hayden has a song this year called "Let's Break Up."
If you're gonna leave me, don't be teasing. You need to take a stand. If you're gonna mess up, then give me a heads up. I need to make some plans.
And it's just like a real upbeat, again, kind of folky, fun song about breaking up. Yeah, I just love this guy Hayden. He's been around since I think like '96, and I saw him maybe like 6-7 years ago, and it was really just a great show. Like, love this guy, but I don't think he's very popular outside of Canada. So if you're interested, check out Hayden. I can't believe you don't remember Hayden, Andrew.
I mean, maybe I like know it and don't know the name.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Like, the Trees Lounge was on a lot, and he had a song called "The Hazards of Sitting Beneath Palm Trees."
It's not.
All right, it's okay. It's okay.
Thomas Hayden Church.
You wish. All right, it's close calls.
Yeah, my close call is Hideaway, from the Where the Wild Things Care Know.
You'll ask your reasons why what once was yours is mine. My baby's gone. Why?
Just for me, the ultimate like mood song from that album, and really great. Just really recommend that. And also, if you're interested at all in Times New Viking, maybe check out No Time, No Hope. That's pretty good from this album.
Cool. Ohio band.
Yeah.
Cool.
I love a song that can just like put you in the mood for something, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Like for me, like whenever I mow the lawn, I always want to start Coronado 2 by Polaris.
I mean, that's great.
Like, I'm outdoors, like I'm taking it all in. Like, it sets the mood so perfectly for me.
100%.
Awesome.
Yeah. Close call, Ellie? Or close calls?
Yeah, I got a few. But official close call is a song called Constitutional Masturbation by Job for a Cowboy. I was, as I mentioned, they were almost my Ferguson because I really loved their debut EP, and then I felt like their first album was such a far departure. I never gave them their fair shake, and so I was like, when I was doing this, I was ready to be like to just kind of like crap on them, and I was so wrong. They're incredible, and this song hits so hard. The 4-minute mark till the end is like just man. It hits so heavy, and I don't know, if you're into death metal, deathcore, you'll probably love it. So, or know it.
Right on. I love the title.
Yeah, the whole album is sort of just like a anti-America kind of vibe.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool. Any other ones you want to shout out?
Sure. Can't forget "Party in the USA" by Miley Cyrus.
Hell yeah, that's my number 10.
Okay, great. "Sunshine" by Harmar Superstar. "Punch You in the Jeans" by Lonely Island is like that song gets me, like, it's the funniest song on that whole album, and I'm never not gonna laugh anytime I hear it. "Caveman" by Danny Barnes. "High, Wide, and Handsome" by Loudon Wainwright III. Of course, "Bad Romance." "When My Time Comes" by Dawes. I heard somebody mention Dawes, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
"January Wedding's" my favorite song off the Avett Brothers album. "In the Branches" by Builders and the Butchers, if you're gonna check them out. "Cigarettes and Wine" by Jason Isbell, and then 40-Second Ego by Arsonist. "Get All the Girls," another band I used to kind of hang with back in the day. So
very cool.
Yeah.
So it is said Avett Brothers or Avett?
I don't know, to be honest.
Darn it.
Yeah.
We'll never figure it out, Andrew.
No.
We'll never figure it out. Okay, cool. I had "Party in the USA" at 10. I have a song. What'd you say?
It just gets you in the mood, you know? Like,
it's really good.
It.
Yeah.
Deny it.
Miley Cyrus. It's just, I listened to it again today. I was like, timeless. This song will jam
Well,
forever.
just say it's my Ferguson.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding you.
This is like capital letters crazy.
I think it's even bothers me even more how much everyone loves it so much. So it has to be.
Oh, wow. Andrew, it's good.
Yeah, I've heard it, many times.
The guitar tone, I'll say this, the guitar tone in that song is perfect. Like whoever was engineering the studio on that song was just crushing it. You don't like the chorus? Hands up, playing that song.
I know it. Yeah.
Butterflies flying away.
Wah.
I'll admit, the reason I love this song is because it is so cheesy.
The
lyrics are so cheesy.
Yeah.
When this song came out, it was the year my nephew was born, and he loved it. Like when this song came on, he would just be like vibrating with joy, and eventually when he could walk, he would dance to it. So I always have these kind of fond connections to it, and every time I revisit it, I was like, I get it. Like I get why a baby's body would just have to like spontaneously start jiggling when it hears the song.
Well, in my defense, I think it's a good Ferguson because, I get it, like, to some degree, but also I hate it, so.
It's just everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. My number 9 is by a band called Cymbals Eat Guitars. It's a song called "And the Hazy Sea," which is just like a real, like, a 6-minute rocker. Throwing some love to Built to Spill, even though I don't like the album. I like the song "Hindsight." Coconut Records. That song is called "Is This Sound Okay?" Ben Queller, "Gypsy Rose." First track on Changing Horses, like that one. French artist LaRue with "Bulletproof." You guys remember "Bulletproof"?
Oh yeah.
Man.
No.
Oh, Andrew. So good. This time, baby, I'll be bulletproof. You remember that one?
Sure.
Hell yeah.
Sounds like a song that you would hear like at the amusement park, like while you're waiting for in line.
I think this is meant to be a criticism, but I think it's the highest praise you could bestow a song. It became kind of famous for being the Portlandia theme song, but Feel It All Around by Washed Out comes out that year. I think besides the fact that it's the theme song, it is a really just great song. I have number 3, Harmonia by Cass McCombs. Really another great kind of folky 6-minute song. But my definitive close call is by a guy named Jay Retard. And the song is called It Ain't Gonna Save Me. He's kind of like this kind of a garage rocker. I discovered the song in 2009 when it came out, and unfortunately he passed away like 5 months after in January of 10. Yeah, you guys know who Jay Retard is?
I've seen his name a lot, but
okay.
I've never listened to him.
Yeah, it's kind of like 2-minute fast punk rock songs. Yeah, this was probably his biggest and catchiest one.
Interesting. You know what? Somehow it hit me when you were talking about when you mentioned whatever that Davey song was. I did listen to that album a lot, but I had like a burned copy, so I never like saw the cover really. But I did listen to that a lot. Anyway, it was very good. That's all.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah. Good one. Before we do Ferguson, some listener picks here. We have from Lacey, You and I by Wilco, featuring Feist. Marley picked Good Girls Go Bad by Cobra Starship, as does Vince. That was also his pick. Tim picked Take Advantage by Lou Barlow. Chris picked Can't Feel a Thing by Lucero. Nikki picked Laughing with a Mouth of Blood by St. Vincent. Man, St. Vincent, so good. Shay picked Oblivion by Mastodon.
Nice.
Corey picked My Girls by Animal Collective. Ted picked Listomania by Phoenix. Joseph picked I and Love and You by the Avett Brothers. What say you, Joseph? Let us know. Colin, French Navy by Camera Obscura. Mel picked Best I Ever Had by Drake. Kylie picked Passion Pit Sleepyhead. Kev picked Summertime by Girls. Scott picked Laundry Room by the Avett Brothers. Clayton picked People Got a Lot of Nerve by Nico Case. So some cool picks there.
Yeah.
Ferguson?
Oh yeah.
You know mine already. Party in the USA.
And we haven't changed your mind?
No.
Miley, bitch. All right.
That's
good. Allie?
Yeah, mine is it's a cover of Bad Company's Bad Company by a band called Five Finger Death Punch. It's so horrendous.
Oh, I know Five Finger Death Punch. Okay, go ahead.
Man, a lot. You're just a disservice to metal and rock.
Bad Company by Bad Company.
It's so bad. It's a horrendous cover.
I like it. I mean, a bad cover is a good Ferguson. Yeah. Well, guys, I gotta get that. Boom boom bear, boom boom bear, boom boom bear. Black Eyed Peas, boom boom pow.
Might as well say up front, it's the top song of the year.
Get out of here.
Yep.
Boom boom pow.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing.
I mean, I would have guessed I Got a Feeling. But these are both Black Eyed Peas songs. They're both terrible. It sounds like they're doing like a bad impersonation of Daft Punk or something. It's just, I don't know. I put it on today, and just a bodily reaction to it of just like, get this out of my ear holes. Yeah. I Got a Feeling too is like, when I hear that, it's just like you feel like you're watching like a terrible kids movie or something. It's just
there's not one song I like by them.
Yeah, no, I don't think so, but
you're just 2000 late.
Yeah.
Good, Andrew. Very good.
That's good. No, very good.
Boom boom pow. All right.
I do want to just say that I appreciate your guys' insight on music, because I think it has changed a little bit about what kind of genres I navigate and look into. I've over the last few years have really dived more into indie and appreciated it more. So
cool.
Yeah.
It's I've talked about this. Like, I always feel super self-conscious because I know I'm not really recommending stuff, but I've also been trying to like recommend some more shout out popular stuff that I liked at the time as we go.
Yeah.
And inevitably Polaris is a huge reason for, I think, both of our tastes. So
yeah.
Well, coming off the high, maybe we should just like break it up a bit with book.
Sure.
Cool.
I got stuff to say.
All right, great.
You're gonna listen, damn it.
Well, my top book of the year is called Biocentrism. It's by Robert Lanza, and it's a nonfiction book, but it's kind of like its main argument is saying that like maybe life didn't spring from, maybe instead of like the way we sort of typically think about like life springing up from the environment, he's saying like trying to say that the environment may exist to like serve the life that's on it instead. So it's kind of like just a different way of looking at why things are the way they are.
Is this guy running for GOP president or?
Actually, this just, in case you think it like sounds too far out there, I think I first saw it on The Daily Show.
Oh, interesting.
Years ago.
Okay.
So, it's not that out there.
Okay.
But some really interesting stuff in there. One of the things is that they seemed to have determined that like when the physical world's not being interacted with by life in some fashion, that it like collapses into like what they call a probability state, which is like seems to be like a conserving energy type state, which is really weird, and that really sounds like video game talk. Like kind of like, if you're not looking at something in a video game, it's like, where is that information? So anyway, really interesting book. I recommend it if you're into this type of stuff at all. And it's not like that hard of a read. And they walk you through like why they are postulating these things too.
That's cool.
Yeah, sounds fascinating.
What's the name of it again?
Biocentrism.
Okay, cool. Sounds really good. Allie, do you have a book?
I read one book that year.
Nice.
And it was In Fed We Trust, Ben Bernanke's War on the Great Panic by David Wessel.
Ben Bernanke, man.
Yeah. It was a worthwhile read at that time because it really did help me understand, like, it's easy to be angry at the government and people during a recession, and this really just helped kind of like explain it and where to direct the right anger, I guess. even just like admit why this happens to the work, why people are kind of suffering at the hands of powerful people and systems in place. And it just kind of really helped me understand the situation at the time. So sort of a worthwhile read at that moment in time.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ben Bernanke.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew Ben Bernanke.
Yeah, I'm like still back and forth on like how I feel about this whole thing.
Okay. I didn't have a book. I thought I did, and I double checked it today, and it came out in 2014, so I wasn't even close. But I'll read people's picks. Marley picked "If I Stay" by Gail Forman. Tim picked "Drawn to Life" by Walt Stanchfield. Vincenzo picked "The Lost Symbol" by Dan Brown. Chris picked "Parker the Hunter" by Darwin Cook. Shay picked "Catching Fire," the second book in the Hunger Games series by, of course, the Clarissa Explains It All expert writer, Suzanne Collins. Joseph picked "Under the Dome." Mel picked "In Other Rooms, Other Wonders." Kylie picked "The Stonekeeper's Curse" amulet number 2. Kev picked "Red in Me" by Bill Russell. And Clayton picked "Phonogram" by Corrine Gillen and Jamie McKelvey. So some book picks out there. Yeah. Any close call, Andrew?
Yeah. My official close call is the Preacher trade paperback, which is like collects the first bunch of issues or whatever. Which I think I might have even originally borrowed from our friend Dan. Anyway, really great series. Great graphic novel series. And I realized one book that I didn't mention last year, but that was very worth mentioning, I think, is something called Why I Killed Peter by Olivier Ka. It's a graphic novel about the guy who writes it. It's like autobiographical, but it's about his life and like coming to terms with this abuse that he suffered as a kid and kind of like figuring out how to navigate that in the context of his life. And I mean, it's not an easy read, but it's very good, pretty powerful.
Cool.
So that's it.
All right. Close call, Allie?
Yeah, I got one. It's interesting. It's the Book of Genesis, and it's illustrated by Robert Crumb. I don't know if you guys know.
Yeah.
But he illustrated the Book of Genesis and kind of put his little twist on it and stuff, and it's fascinating. And I, not the best person, but I do find his animation style very fascinating.
Yeah, for sure.
Right on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Crumb, always good.
Have you heard his music?
No.
Oh, it's one of my favorite like albums. He had this country minstrel style band. He designed the artwork for 2 albums. It's really cool.
That is really cool.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
And he sings on it, so.
Huh. The more you know. Okay, cool.
Uh-huh.
Well, I don't have a book. Did you guys have Ferguson's?
No. Ferguson.
Cool. Okay. All right. Andrew, do you have the bestseller?
It was just too hard to figure out what it was.
We'll just say it's Hunger Games.
Okay.
You're like it's not even close.
Saying that.
All right, fair enough. Andrew, where should we go next?
Let's talk video games. I figure we'll blow through this one maybe.
Maybe you will.
So my game of the year was the Punch-Out! That came out on the Wii. Just a cool update. I always loved the Punch-Out! Games. A very cool update of the Punch-Out! Games. Pretty fun. And also, just in the context of this, I wanted to mention they put out like a different version of it that you could buy from the Wii store or whatever, called Doc Lewis's Punch-Out, where you got to play as Mac's trainer, Doc Lewis, instead of Little Mac as the main character. So pretty hilarious. I love when they do stuff like that.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that. That's a good one.
Cool. Yeah.
We still crushing it.
Yeah.
People are still recovering from Wii Sports and knowing it. Allie, have we talked to you about like what were you a Wii Sports fanatic?
No. You haven't talked to me about it, I should say. But boy, did I go hard on some Wii Sports if I had the opportunity.
Hell yeah.
And that music. That flute solo. That
Oh
goes on,
my gosh.
Man, just so good.
Yeah.
I since you're bringing up this subject, Joey, I need to know what gives, because I've been on the show a few times now.
Yeah.
And you've never once asked me if I want to die in space. And I feel insulted.
I haven't asked anybody in months, I feel like. People have brought it up.
Uh-huh. I mean, I was around when the topic was hot. I just wonder.
I'm sure that this was an accidental oversight.
Maybe my respect for you, Allie, is so immense that I don't want to de-dignify you by asking.
I thought it was because I called out Clifford, but
yeah, that's inexcusable. But do you want to die in space with me?
100%.
Yes,
Wow.
Let's go.
Yeah, that would be based on the way you've set it up. The ability to do that. Yeah, I don't have a lot of value in life, and dying in space, that sounds great. I don't really care when I go.
Yeah.
Let's just do it.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll also, and I won't spoil anything. Well, I'll try not to, but there was a show on television this last year where this is like kind of part of it.
That's cool.
I don't know. Maybe related. I don't know. But I just recently, the first commercial spacecraft went to the moon or something, and one of the things they were taking was ashes. It's like people wanted to be buried.
I'm telling you, man, this is I don't have the money, but there are people who have money to put me out in space.
Just let me go.
That could be a problem. Like how much it costs to get you there.
Oh, it's gonna be it's gonna be for rich
people. Are you
people,
gonna spend every cent you got?
No, I'm gonna die on this miserable planet like everybody else.
Okay.
I mean, I could handle it. I would give them my retirement money if I could get out. I mean, who's it gonna go to? Just like you can have it. Just put me in space.
You're guinea pigs, man.
Pay somebody to take the guinea pigs. Lord.
Now we're talking.
Guinea pigs, I guess, could go with you.
Yeah. Let's go.
That'd be miserable. My suit would be filled with poop within 10 minutes. Yes.
I mean, what the hell?
Yeah, man.
Well, I'm glad you want to die in space. It's the right call.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. All right. Good. I feel better.
As far as video games go, at this time, I just did not have the financial means to own a console or those kind of things. I think the last system I had owned prior to this one was a GameCube.
Sure. Yeah. Good system.
And, I'd play at friends' houses and stuff. I will say I recently bought it. I haven't gotten a chance to play it yet, but this came out this year with Batman Arkham Asylum, and I'm excited to try and play it. So,
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Batman Arkham Asylum was in my close call. I didn't even play it that much. I never owned it, but someone I knew in college had it, and the few times I played it, it was like, whoa, this game is very cool. It was also Kev and Shay's pick. I went with a game that I spent so much time playing for about a year, which was on Wii, Beatles Rock Band. I really, really enjoyed well, I love isolated tracks. So like if I can ever hear from songs, I like isolated tracks. And these aren't isolated, but they kind of bring up the volume on whatever it is you're supposed to be doing. So I really liked kind of like feeling out the bass patterns from Paul, or, you know, kind of hearing what it really was that each Beatle was doing was kind of fun for me. And gaining new appreciation for certain songs that I feel like at that point in my life, I was kind of a Beatles 101 guy. I loved all the big hits, but I wasn't really like deep into like Dear Prudence or like a lot of the Let It Be stuff is on there, and I kind of grew to love it from that. So loved Beatles Rock Band, and I don't know.
For a second, I think. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I don't love the Beatles, but the idea of like Rock Band and like getting the chance to hear like play isolated tracks sounds kind of cool.
Yeah.
For a second, I thought you were gonna say that you were playing like, you were playing just the drum part, like listening to just.
Oh, that. I mean that would be sweet.
Wow, this sounds like the worst.
Different strokes for different folks, Andrew. I would love to hear just Ringo's drumming. But no, yeah, that was a fun game. Close call, Andrew.
Yeah, my official close call is Plants vs. Zombies.
Ooh.
One of the few games that I ever like played a lot on my phone. Just an easy one to like mindlessly zone out to. And also just wanted to mention Mario and Luigi's Bowser's Inside Story. It was on the DS, and it's like a Mario role-playing game, sort of like Paper Mario or something, but pretty fun. So,
yeah,
that's all.
I totally forgot about Plants vs. Zombies. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I don't have one. So.
Okay. Yeah, I went ahead and picked an app for the phone, which was a game that I feel like was popular for probably like, I don't know, 6-7 years, which is Words with Friends.
Oh yeah.
I like just heard about it this last year. No, I was thinking Wordle. Never mind.
Wordle.
I was gonna say Wordle has sort of replaced this.
Yeah. But I did like. I mean, I feel like I played Chris a couple times, and then once you realize you're so much dumber than your friends, you find random people online. So I don't know. It's a fun conceit just to Scrabble on your phone essentially. So yeah, Words with Friends. Did you have a Ferguson, Andrew?
Oh yeah. My Ferguson for this year is the PSP Go system. It was like a miniature PSP, but the real downside to it was the way it was able to be miniature is that it didn't have a game slot on it, so it's purely download games, which kind of limits a lot of what you can do, and it just felt like a needless system. So,
okay, yeah, I'm not familiar. Allie, did you have anything?
Oh yeah, my Ferguson is Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, because J.K. Rowling.
This is a video game, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I've never played any of those Harry Potter.
Yeah, I never
games.
played any of the Harry.
Yeah. What is she? What's wrong with her? Like what? I mean, I know what's wrong with her, but like, how can you be like that educated and like be so dumb at the same time? I don't.
And there's a few people that I'm just like, what? Like Graham Linehan too is sort of like ruined some series for me that I actually liked of his. It's like the IT Crowd, and he's just he's up there with her, just off the deep end.
Yeah, it sucks.
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah, that's good. That's a good one. Nikki picked New Super Mario Brothers Wii.
Yeah, great game.
Yeah,
I didn't even realize. So that's great.
Tim picked Brutal Legend. Vincenzo picked The Sims 3. No doubt that rocked. Corey, Demon Souls. Joseph picked Left 4 Dead 2. Colin picked Phantasy Star Zero for the Nintendo DS. And Scott picked The Godfather Part 2, the video game. What? What did you do in the game?
I'm not sure. I never played it.
Like, try to uncover Fredo backstabbing you? What's... Take Fredo out on the boat?
Maybe you change the ending of it. You know?
That's interesting. A Godfather video game. I'm shocked. I'm genuinely shocked that that they like signed off on it.
Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah, I'm like trying to imagine Francis Ford Coppola being like, yeah, definitely. Like,
maybe they were just like, Godfather's just not bringing in the money they used to. We gotta find
cash grab.
Some new revenue streams.
Yeah. All right. You have the number one game?
Yeah. You can guess if you want. It's guessable.
Have we said it?
Yep, we've said it.
Wii Sports.
Yeah.
Let's go. This country, it got it. Like, it got the memo on Wii Sports. This is what, year 3, 4?
At least year 3, I think.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Is it not the best-selling game of all time?
I don't think so.
Hold on, I'm looking it up. Play the hold music. All right, best-selling video games of all time. I know we've done this before, but I gotta see where you guys got guesses.
Well, I'm looking. So
I imagine like original Super Mario Brothers, or I don't know.
I don't see that.
Like Overtime sold? No, okay.
It's pretty close. It's number.
Oh yeah, I see it. Number 6. Let's
7.
see, 7. Okay, number 7. Okay, yeah, Super Mario Bros. That sold 58 million copies. Yeah. So let's see. Wii Sports is number 4 all time. 82.9 million, so pretty good. Only Tetris is higher with 100 million. Grand Theft Auto 5 with 190 million. And the best selling is Minecraft with 300 million.
Makes sense.
And we should, of course, note that one of the reasons Wii Sports did so well is because it came with the system. So every time a system sold like that counted as a sale for Wii Sports.
Oh, that's true, but I don't want you to underplay it too much. All right. Anything else on video games?
Nah,
not for me.
Okay. Let's go to TV show.
Okay,
sure. My top show of the year was Parks and Recreation. Even though I think the first season's, not quite there yet, still great show. Still love it. Something about the whole feel of it I really like. So yeah, I'm sure everybody's seen that.
Oh yeah, I mean talk about great casting. The show is like a 101 in casting. You got Amy Poehler, Rashida Jones, Aubrey Plaza, Nick Offerman, Adam Scott, Chris Pratt, Aziz. There's just I don't know, top to bottom, pretty impressive. Although I think we've mentioned before, but that's season 1 is a little rough around the edges.
Yeah,
a little shaggy.
No.
Yeah, this is also my pick. Sparks.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, it's just I mean, casting perfect. It's kind of got Bob's Burgers energy with lots of puns and that kind of fantasy, not necessarily fantasy, but just this unique world, satire of American town kind of thing. I love the side characters like Jeremy Jam. Something to call out one. Always nailed it with the guest appearances. And I just love a show that has a joke where somebody's not in on it, and Little Sebastian is so funny. And Adam Scott is I honestly feel like Adam Scott is the hero of that show. I love Ron Swanson's character, but I feel like Adam Scott is the glue in a lot of the ways. The way he interacts with any character on that show. is so fun. But yeah, what a great show. Just overall, like I've watched it several times through. Sort of a comfort show in a lot of ways at this point. So
yeah. To me, this like feels like the show that should be getting the recognition that The Office gets like today. Like I feel like the way a lot of people feel about The Office, I guess, more about this.
I mean, I like it better than The Office personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like they are kind of different. As much as they're the same, they're so different to me. But great. I'm not complaining here. Parks and Rec is great. It's our most popular pick. It was Corey's pick, Ted's pick, Clayton's pick. So the people love Parks and Rec. Is the formal name of the show Parks and Rec, or is it Parks and Recreation?
Parks and Recreation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, it is not my pick. It's my fourth favorite show of the year.
Good.
A little while. So.
Andrew, I dare you to come at me when I say my pick.
I mean, I'm sure I'll like it, but not more than.
Well, you'd be wrong. This show came out in 2009. Had 10-episode season. That is, of course, Party Down, also starring Adam Scott.
Was it? Oh, I guess I just didn't realize that came out there.
Oh,
anyway,
yeah.
Great.
Amazing. Adam Scott, Ken Marino, Martin Starr, Jane Lynch, just a killer cast. Great guest cameos. This is a show about a party catering service in LA. Pretty much everybody who's on the catering staff, like, their ambition is to become rich, either as a writer or an actor in Hollywood, except for Ken Marino, who owns Party Down and is kind of just this like real dummy Ron. Party Down is exactly what I think is funny. So I don't know. Every episode's a different catering thing, which is a great premise too. Like, they're at a different catering event every episode. The first one's great. Willow Cannon. My two favorite episodes in the season. One's called Taylor Stillskin's Sweet 16, which guest stars Kevin Hart and J.K. Simmons. Also Joey Lauren Adams is in that episode. And then there's one with Andrew, I think one of your favorites, Steven Weber, called Celebrate Ricky. I don't know how you say it. Ricky Sargalush. I don't know. Great show. Party Down. Yeah. There was 2 seasons originally. They just did a third this last year, which actually held up just fine.
Yeah, it was excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised you said that, because I guess I completely glossed over it. It's great.
Cool.
The only show I would have accepted. So.
Good. Well, what's close call?
My close call, I guess it would be Party Down now. It was Community.
Okay.
Also very good. I maybe wasn't as rabid about it as some, but really enjoyed it.
Yeah, that was Shay's pick too.
I'll let you guys go around so I don't accidentally steal your thunder on one of these other ones.
Sure.
All right. Well, my close call was Party Down. As somebody who works in the restaurant industry and I've done catering companies and stuff too, like it's great. I love it. And the casting, fantastic. Pilot episode is a very strong pilot. Yeah, Ken Marino is one of my favorite guys in all of comedy. Like, when he was on Brooklyn Nine-Nine, very funny. Everything he does is great. So, but yeah, what a great show, great concept. I think I don't know when I saw it. For some reason, I feel like that's where I first saw Adam Scott, but then maybe I saw it before he came on to Parks and Recs or something. But like, what a great role for him too.
Yeah. Big year.
Unbelievable. He's in 2 of the best shows of the year. Crazy.
He's just kind of underrated in general. He's
absolutely.
Yeah. I can't remember if I said it. I'll just in case. It's Kylie's pick. Yeah, and plus, great to see Martin Starr.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That when this came out, it was like, oh my god, thank God, there's Martin Starr in something else.
Yeah. Cool. My close call, also Joseph's pick, is the HBO show Eastbound and Down. Particularly this first season.
Wow, that came out. Man, I'm really not doing a good job at seeing what came out this year.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I loved it passionately all the way to the end, but this first season is just so funny. Danny McBride as kind of this washed up relief pitcher who goes to live with his family and like substitutes at a high school. There's just like so many little nuggets of comedy built in here, and really well made show all the way around. So yeah, loved Eastbound and Down.
I loved it too.
Yeah.
Although I think Vice Principals has been my favorite of the three that he's done for HBO.
I love yes, so funny.
Mm-hmm.
I love them all, but I think my favorite has been Righteous Gemstones.
I mean, that's the beauty here. Like, I think you could really throw on any of these, and
they're and they do serve different kind of purposes a little bit
for sure. So yeah, I thought it was a good year in television. I got some more, but Andrew, what else do you got?
Yeah, Archer came out this year, like that. Michael and Michael Have Issues.
Oh wow,
Michael Ian Black, Michael Showalter.
I missed that.
Vehicle. Bored to Death on HBO.
Yep.
I think it was only one season.
Yep, that's it.
Kind of criminally.
Jason Schwartzman, Ted Danson.
Yeah. Excellent. The League, which I on and off watched, and American Ninja Warrior came out this year.
Sure.
Which is fun.
Yeah. Any others, Allie?
Yeah, a couple others that didn't get mentioned. 30 for 30 starts this year. It was always hit and miss for me. Some are great, some are, whatever.
For sure.
United States of Terror was a fun show that I liked on Showtime. Had a young Brie Larson. Overall, I think it was a great cast and a fun show. Regular show. That's just one I like to put on and have on, and just, I'm not super dedicated to the plot lines or anything. It's just a fun one to have on.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if anybody knows this one, but Delocated.
Yes.
It stars the guy who plays Jeremy Jam as this guy who's put in the witness protection program. And it's very funny.
What was it on?
It was Adult Swim Adult Swim series.
Okay.
Like 15-minute episodes, but a live action, he's like, he is put in the witness protection program and they're filming him, so he has to wear a ski mask the entire time, and they alter his voice. And boys, he's like, I don't know that actor's name. I feel bad, but he's so funny in it.
He is hilarious.
Yeah.
That was like the first Adult Swim show, though, where I thought, what are they doing?
Oh man, yeah. It really tickled my fancy watching that one. So,
well, there's two we haven't mentioned, guys.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Pawn Stars.
Yeah.
Sure.
And one that I don't feel good about liking this next show. I want to put that up front. I don't.
Might be my Ferguson.
Uh-oh.
This description.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh no. What's your Ferguson?
I think we should hear it.
No, you go first.
Oh my. Come on.
Shark Tank.
Oh, yeah, it was very close to my Ferguson.
Oh
very
no,
not quite,
it's so stupid. I love it.
Just the whole premise annoys me. It's like, if you have a product that's good enough for them to like buy half of it for no money, like, what are you doing there? Just go get a loan from the bank or whatever.
Some of these people do get loans. I think
from the sharks,
Andrew,
like, in exchange for huge portion.
Okay, but that's kind of what happens now in the show. It's kind of evolved. I don't love the newer seasons, but man, like a couple years ago, I went back and watched the first season, and it is wackadoodle. Like, because these are just super normal people. There's an episode where a teacher comes in with an album. It's like an education album, and he like brings his acoustic guitar, and he kind of sucks. And the like sharks are blown away. There's like a bidding war for this guy and his educational CDs. It's just so, I don't know. The first season really rips. It's chaos, because you can tell the sharks don't really know kind of what's happening. The people, there's no precedent. The people have no idea what the show is. They're just like, they're coming in with their asinine ideas and like being like, well, you should give me $1 million for this. I love it. They like push back on the sharks. Is it a gross show? Kind of. It's pretty gross, but like, I don't know, really addicting for me. If it's on, I'm like, I get stuck.
Yeah, I do. That's part of what I hate about it, though. I hate that addicting TV thing.
Yeah. Who's your favorite shark?
Probably the bald guy, I guess.
There's two bald guys. Kevin or Damien?
Kevin, I guess.
Okay. Allie, do you watch Shark Tank?
No.
Sorry. I think you'd be a Robert fan, Allie.
not the
which
Charlie
one's
Brown money. What a great spoof. Yeah.
All right. Other people's picks. Lacey picked Chopped.
Really? That was 2009?
I don't know. Let's see. Hold on.
I would have picked it then.
Hold on. Yeah, it was.
Wild. All right.
Let's see. Marley picked The Middle.
Not
Nikki,
as good as Malcolm in the Middle, but pretty good.
Sure. Well, that's a high bar. Nikki picked Tonight Show with Conan O'Brien. Short-lived, but yeah. Yeah. I'll talk more about that in my Ferguson. Vincenzo Nurse Jackie. Chris picked Modern Family. Colin picked Important Things with Dimitri Martin. I was trying to remember. I feel like I watched that show, but I can't actually remember what it was.
Yeah.
But I like Dimitri Martin. Mel picked Glee. Andrew Scott also picked Community. Allie, Kev also picked Regular Show.
Awesome.
And Josh picked The Cleveland Show. Ferguson's?
My Ferguson is Tosh.0.
Oh, wow. Tosh is this year?
Yeah. I feel like this is a real, true Ferguson for me in that I get it. Like, I understand why you might watch it, but at the same time, I really hate this and like every type of show like this that's kind of like centered around just like sucking you to the TV as long as possible. Not that I have a problem with watching a lot of TV, but when it's something like so mindless, it just drives me nuts. And, like if you combined all the videos in this show, it's like you could watch them in 5 minutes. What takes a half an hour on TV? So that just drives me nuts. And Tosh is fine. Like, he's fun. He's as good as you could be at doing this.
Yeah.
But I just hate this like type of TV.
I think of that model, I like The Soup, the Joel McHale vehicle, because that you're making, you're having a level of criticism for like creativity and that kind of stuff. But like, this is like, these are just some people,
Yeah.
It's just America's Funniest Home Videos, except like, not as good.
Yeah. Not in a nice spirited way.
Yeah.
It seemed like comedy. It felt like every time I turned on my television, the show was on.
Yeah.
I could turn on like CNN or something and be like Tosh. It's just like an unescapable show. I know it was Comedy Central, but I really would get sick of it. Like, no, like show something else,
Yeah.
That's a good one, Andrew. I didn't realize Tosh came out, but also not a fan. Allie Ferguson.
Yeah. I have a few, but my official Ferguson is Parks and Recreation. Because season 1 is so unwatchable. It's a miracle that I watched it past season 1.
It's a miracle it got renewed.
Absolutely, right? And it's been a tough one for me to like navigate. Like, this is one of my favorite shows of TV, but boy, is that first season just not it. But anyways, other ones I'd mentioned, Late Night with Jimmy Fallon. I just don't know why we give him a platform. I don't think he's funny.
I don't think anybody thinks he's funny. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I apologize to Josh, but I think the Cleveland show is not it either. But an official, like, this is more of a personal thing for me, but RuPaul's Drag Race has just caused me a lot of annoying interactions as a trans woman. Like, RuPaul has also said some shitty things about trans people, but boy, did like certain people don't understand the difference between like what a drag queen is and like what a trans person is, and it's really frustrating to have to navigate and tell people how to do that. So that one's just caused me a lot of grief.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. I don't think I've ever watched the RuPaul show, so I can't. I don't know. I have a couple here. I mentioned the Tonight Show with Conan. That I think starts and ends in 2009. So I of course have the Jay Leno show here, which just get out of here, Jay Leno. In the moment, people are like, this is like the shittiest possible thing somebody could do, and he did it.
Yeah, I remember you being very angry.
Yeah,
at the whole ordeal.
I'm sure I agree. Though all of a sudden, just like thinking about Jay Leno himself, I'm sure it was just like impossible to give that up for him. He was just like grasping at anything he could get, and he just took it.
Are you sympathizing with Jay Leno?
I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying
go to the network, man. Like somebody will pick you up.
Yeah, you go to TBS. Conan rules. You suck ass. You go to TBS.
Yeah. Not at the detriment of Conan for all the work he did,
I agree. I agree.
Okay. I mentioned Hannity here on Fox.
Sure.
Scum of the earth. Yeah. And then my ultimate Ferguson here is the Jeff Dunham show.
Yeah.
If you guys if you don't remember Jeff Dunham, he has puppets. He
still does them.
Yeah, you know what? He's on tour, and Andrew, and maybe I have to cut this part out of the episode. I don't know. He's coming. First off, Allie, he is going to be in Portland on February 8th at the Veterans Memorial Coliseum. And Andrew, he'll be in Canton at the Canton Memorial Civic Theater on March 23rd. That's a Saturday night, Andrew. What do you say we go watch Jeff Dunham?
God, I really don't think I want to do that. To be honest.
It sounds like a rip-roaring time to me. I don't know.
It doesn't even sound. My problem with Jeff Dunham is like, I don't hate him. He's just so like such an in the middle type thing for me. I didn't even know about I don't even know what he does really. I mean,
he's a ventriloquist.
Yeah, I've seen like little clips or whatever,
yeah.
But I haven't watched an extended thing about it. Anyway, it's just not my type of thing.
When you type Jeff D and
plus, it's got to be so expensive, like more expensive than is reasonable.
Yeah, that needs to be a casino thing where you're at the casino and they're like, we can't fill seats. Do you want a free ticket to go see this thing? But
yes,
he is part of conservative comedy, and they have so few people.
That's
that's
fine, guys. I'll go alone. Or or maybe a gut bucket out there wants to go to the Canton Civic Theater with me. When you type Jeff D into Google, he is the second one that pops up. I guess there's a football quarterback, Jeff Driscoll. But what I'm surprised by where this is going, I guess I'm saying, is the fourth Jeff D is Jeff Daniels. And like, how is he not number one?
Yeah, seriously. What the hell?
Before him is a guy named Jeff Darlington, who's an American reporter. Get out of here. Jeff Darlington before Jeff Daniels?
Yeah.
That is outrageous.
If you saw this guy's face, this guy should be punched. All right, sorry.
Jeff Dunham should be punched, or this reporter?
No, this report Darlington. Okay. He's freaking tool. All right, shows that were canceled this year. We got Battlestar Galactica gone.
I never watched it, but I hear that it's great. I don't know.
Oh, I thought you did watch it.
No, my dad loved it.
Okay.
Talks about it. Like, it gives me a hard time still about not having watched it.
Okay, I know it definitely has like a very strong following.
Yeah.
Flight of the Conchords ends this year. ER. Everybody hates Chris. My Name is Earl. Prison Break. Nanny 911 and Monk. But I think maybe Monk's back. Something.
There was a movie last year apparently.
Wow, a Monk movie.
ER is a surprising one.
Yeah, long time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There's a couple other notables, I think. Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Reno 911.
Oh. But that came back too.
Yeah. It has something. Run's House. Did you ever watch it?
No.
It was that's fine. And Mad TV. And I should say I have a few other things. One, the Sci-Fi Channel rebranded this year from the Sci-Fi Channel to SYFY.
Yeah, terrible.
It's kind of dumb. The Ed, and Eddie ends with the movie The Big Picture Show on Cartoon Network. And King of the Hill ends this year.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that. Bummer.
Big one. Also, top rated. It's guessable if you.
Oh. Have we said it?
No, I don't think so.
Super Bowl?
No.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
American Idol?
Yep.
Okay. Andrew, you know what thing you've recommended that I have tried to watch more than anything else? It's a movie, but every time I go to watch it, you have to pay for it, and I won't do it. Is Houseguest.
Oh, you've never seen Houseguest?
I've never seen Houseguest. You've strongly recommended it. It has Phil Hartman and Sinbad, which is just like
you won't pay to watch Phil Hartman.
$4 to watch a 1995 movie. I guess I should.
Yeah.
It was just like one of those movies that I feel like was on Comedy Central nonstop when we were kids. Like, you couldn't miss it.
It has a 17% on Rotten Tomatoes. Now I know not to trust Rotten Tomatoes on comedy, but
that's nonsense. I wonder what the viewer rating is.
Hold on.
It's got to be way higher.
Hold on, I'm pulling it up. 55%.
I mean, that's a huge difference.
Yeah. Have you seen Houseguest, Allie?
I mean, not since probably it came out.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you anything it's about, but I'd probably pay $4 if someone's like, you really should watch it again. So
it's worth $4, just for the record, for everyone.
Did Sinbad and Phil Hartman just roll from the set of Houseguest to Jingle All the Way? What was happening here? Like,
I imagine it was the other way around, where it was like Jingle All the Way just blew the world away. And they were like, maybe the magic is Sinbad and
the magic.
Phil Hartman.
Sure, I guess. It's got Jeffrey Jones. That guy's a scumbag.
Yeah.
All right. Is Jeffrey Jones live? Yeah, he is. Okay. Anything else TV?
I guess not.
No.
All right. Well, let's journey to the end here with movie. Interesting year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some good stuff.
Yeah.
My top movie of the year is Inglourious Bastards.
10 hot! I'm putting together a special team. We're gonna be doing one thing and one thing only. killing Nazis. Sound good?
Yes, sir!
I'm gonna assume you know who we are.
Everybody in the German army's heard of you.
You probably heard we ain't in the prisoner-taking business. We in the killing Nazi business. And cousin, business is booming. You ever want?
Yeah, great. Within probably my top 3 Quentin Tarantino's at least.
For sure.
Love it. Maybe his I almost feel like looking at his stuff now, I almost feel like he might have peaked here as far as high budgets go, and then has gone down a little bit. Not that I don't think his stuff has been very good since, but as far as he is concerned,
I would say this. I don't know. I love Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but this movie just is, even with the last line, I do think it's kind of a masterpiece.
Yeah, it's amazing. And in a lot of different ways. I like the action scenes and violence, but also there's just the tension in some scenes.
Oh man,
when they're in the bar.
Yes.
And the Nazi guy at the beginning,
Christoph
interrogating
Waltz.
the guy, that whole thing, and the scenery, especially in that scene, it's just God, those things together is really just interesting.
Yeah, it's a sort of World War II epic for those who haven't seen it. Allie, have you seen Inglourious Basterds?
Yeah, it's my first pick.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
An American Secret Service outfit lives deep behind enemy lines. The Germans call them the Bastards. These Yanks have been them the devil.
Well, we're all tickled to hear you say that.
The Germans are throwing a gala premiere. In attendance will be most of the German high command. You'll rendezvous with our double agent. She'll take it from there.
You're getting us in that premiere.
It's suicide.
What else we gonna do? Go home?
So what's the plan? We punch those goons out, take their machine guns, and burst in there blasting.
Yeah. This time, in my life, I was smoking a lot of weed and going to movies and
Jeff Dunham shows.
Even I had standards then. No, it's I got really high for this one, not gonna lie. And that opening scene, I thought my heart was gonna fly out of its chest. The Christoph Waltz in that opening scene is maybe one of the most intense scenes of any movie I've seen. It was captured so well. And then of course the whole movie's great. I mean, I love Brad Pitt's delivery and character in this. The Hugo Stiglitz thing, still sticking to himself, Quentin Tarantino-esque, things that you love about that. But I mean, just an insanely impressive performance by Christoph Waltz. I was enamored by this entire film. And everybody was every person in this film is just fantastic from beginning to end. I loved it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it is a movie theater experience. I remember just kind of being pushed back in my seat. There are so many great scenes. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the one thing that slightly took me out of it for a moment was Mike Myers.
Oh yeah, I always forget he's in it. He's in it for 5 minutes, but yeah.
What the hell is
that? Is a weird choice to have him play this British general. Yeah, it's really weird. Yeah, but no, yeah, great film. Is it your all-time Tarantino? What do you have a favorite Tarantino?
I have to say Pulp Fiction.
Okay.
Just because of how it hit me, maybe when it hit me, even, just everything about that.
Yeah.
But this is not far off.
Okay. Allie, do you have a favorite Tarantino?
It's really tough. I agree that Pulp Fiction should be up there. I think this is maybe the one I've rewatched the most.
Yeah.
So maybe it's my favorite.
Yeah. I think
it's really tough.
Yeah. I think it is. I think it's my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Maybe one day we'll do a Tarantino episode. When his last movie comes out, The Critic, or I think it's called The Critic.
The Movie Critic, maybe.
I've always wanted to
The
see a
Movie
versus
Critic,
between Tarantino and like the Coen brothers, you know, like
Oh yeah. Well,
fun category.
Well, thank you for the segue, Ellie.
Sure.
My favorite film of 2009 is the Coen brothers masterpiece, A Serious Man.
Could you crash? With all respect, Mr. Park, I don't think it's that.
Yes.
No, it would be a culture clash if it were the custom in your land to bribe people for grades.
Yes.
So, you're saying it is the custom?
No, this is a defamation. Ground for lawsuit.
Let me get this straight. You're threatening to sue me for defaming your son?
Yes.
See, look, if it were defamation, there would have to be someone I was defaming him too. All right, let's keep it simple. I could pretend the money never appeared. That's not defaming anyone.
Yes. And passing grade.
Passing grade.
Yes.
Or you'll sue me.
For taking money.
So he did leave the money.
This is defamation.
It doesn't make sense. Either he left the money or he didn't.
Please, accept the mystery.
Andrew, don't even let me gush for a second. It's hard to describe what this movie is. It's about a physics professor named Larry Gopnik, played by Michael Stuhlbarg. And his life just kind of falls apart. It's like a dark comedy in the 60s where this guy is just like everything that could go wrong in his life goes wrong. It's, kind of deeply set in his Jewish faith. On one of my favorite all-time film performances by Richard Kind. In this film, he plays Uncle Arthur. Set in like kind of the suburbs of 60s Minneapolis. It's a very, very bleak movie, but also so funny. And I've watched it countless times. Wonderful to look at, like cinema. It's shot by Roger Deakins, who's one of the all-time greats. I don't know. This movie is like hypnotizing to me. I love it. I can't get enough of it, really.
I haven't seen it, and I really want to. And I won't lie, it's the $4 barrier thing.
Sure.
I haven't gotten around to it,
we call it the Houseguest rule on this podcast.
Yeah. Well, similar to Houseguest. Why I won't see A Serious Man. No, I honestly wanted to try and watch it today, but I couldn't with work and stuff. See if it would have swayed my opinion, but I'll watch it eventually.
Cool. Yeah. When you do, let me know what you think.
Okay.
Yeah, I love this movie. Andrew, have you seen it?
Yes, I've seen it.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember. Do you remember the first time you saw it?
I saw it. Yeah, I do.
I could swear that I saw it with you at a theater.
Was Daniel there?
Maybe.
Okay, then yeah.
I don't remember much about it exactly. I just vaguely remember that.
Yeah, I'm sure I dragged anybody I could.
It is excellent. I think it's sort of crazy that you say it's the best movie of the year, but it is very good. And I think what I like about it the most is that it's like a singular, world and completely realized.
Yes.
Where it feels totally, absolutely real.
It's still
very interesting.
Like it feels real, but there's like kind of this
there's something going on like under the surface,
right? Like something bigger, like that's moving the events of the film, but you can't quite put your finger on what it is, and especially the way it ends, it's just like so ominous.
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent movie for sure.
Yeah.
Recommend.
Yeah, I'm a Coen Brothers fanatic. I read on them, I listen to podcasts on them. One day we'll do I don't know how we do a Coen Brothers podcast. I don't know what the format is, whether a draft or auction or just pick a movie or something. But these are always good good chances for me to kind of spew my love for them.
Shared.
Yeah, cool, good. Close call.
My official close call is The House of the Devil.
You have to forgive me, Samantha, because I've not been completely honest.
We're from the desert, you know.
You see, we actually don't have a child.
They lied to you.
I know.
They're liars.
Okay, I know you're right. But it's $400. This equals first month's rent and then some, and all I have to do is sit inside and watch TV. This is huge. This one night changes everything for me.
Hell yeah.
Horror movie, kind of like witchcraft, I guess. But really, it's like just the tension that's built throughout it. This like girl like takes a job babysitting for this weird family in this house, like in the middle of nowhere, and it's just kind of like her being there at night, and weird stuff starts to happen. But just I love the feel of this movie. It's like one of the only recent horror movies that I've watched like over and over again. Yeah, something about it. It's like there's a little bit of humor to it too.
Yeah.
But it's just like I think they really nail the whole feel of it, I guess. You know, it's made to feel almost like it was made in the 80s or something.
I just watched this.
Ah, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hate it?
I didn't love it.
Oh,
okay.
Well,
sorry.
No,
that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Greta Gerwig's in it though.
Yeah, I think it's like one of her first
watched it.
movies. Yeah. This is by Ty West. He's a awesome horror film director. Most recently he's got this trilogy going of X, Pearl, and then there's another one coming out this year. Yeah,
that's him too. Okay.
Yeah, that's Ty West.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He made Andrew, did you see The Innkeepers?
Yeah,
that's another fun one. But I really love House of the Devil. It's my number 6. It was also Chris A's pick.
Nice.
Yeah, you're right. It's kind of like a it's shot to look like a forgotten 80s horror movie. I'm trying to remember the name of the tall guy that's in it. I love him so. Tom Noonan.
Yeah, Noonan.
Tom Noonan. Yeah, he's really great in it.
Yeah, he's excellent in everything.
Yeah,
X-Files.
Oh man, yeah. Paper Hearts, is that Paper Hearts?
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Cool. Close call, Allie.
Yeah. My close call is up.
Hi there.
Did that dog just say hi there?
Oh, yes.
Bruh!
My name is Doug. I have just met you, and I love you. My master made me this collar. He is a good and smart master, and he made me this collar so that I may talk. Squirrel!
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a great film, you know? Like, beautifully well done. Fun story. Hits you with all the emotions and feels, and who doesn't love Doug?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for a good boy. So.
Oh, he's a good boy. Andrew, have you seen Up? I know sometimes you don't see all the Pixar movies. Oh, okay.
Yeah. That was probably like the last one that I saw. Maybe till now. Yeah, I think I might have even seen it in the theater. I can't remember why or who or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, those first 20 minutes have become kind of classic in animated film, but the whole thing is really just a fun adventure. Funny. Yeah, I think that's a good one. Yeah. That's my number 9. Up is my 9.
Now let's hear what number 2 could possibly
Well, maybe you guys have heard of it. It's Ashley's pick. It's Scott's pick. It was your favorite and Allie's favorite movie of the year, Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah,
never heard of it.
It's we've spoken quite thoroughly on it. It's so good. I mean, I think about it all the time. Even if I don't like turn it on to watch it, there'll like be something that pops in my head from it. Or like I think Brad Pitt's performance in it in particular is so funny. I don't know. I often think about them pretending to be Italian at the theater at the end. I love that.
Arrivederci is so good.
Arrivederci. Yeah, it's such a funny movie. What else you guys want to shout out? Because I got a bunch here, but I want to just
Moon.
That
for one.
Andrew, Moon was our most popular pick.
Wow.
It's my number 4, but also Tim's pick, Colin's pick, and Kylie's pick.
Crazy.
Yeah, Sam Rockwell.
Yeah, Sam Rockwell. Allie, do you know this?
I know of it, and I haven't seen it. And it was another one I really wanted to try to watch before this, but didn't happen.
Great one. I think this one's
excellent
on Max, maybe.
Ooh, okay.
Let me look. Go ahead, Andrew.
Science fiction movie. It's set on the moon. This guy's like harvesting something, but it's just like him kind of going crazy as he's doing this job and like thinking about the life that he left on Earth and stuff. And it goes in a very interesting direction.
Yeah.
I won't spoil, but it's sort of similar to, in a way, to Solaris. You know that? Anyway, it's got a similar feel to that, but it's really great. Sam Rockwell's amazing as always.
Yes.
Yeah.
Directed
Just
by David Bowie's son, right?
Oh yeah,
Duncan Jones.
Yeah.
And I just looked it up. It's not on Max anymore. Unfortunately, it's $3.99. Houseguest rule.
Damn it. Well, anyway, excellent sci-fi movie.
Really good.
Also, this year, Watchmen, I really like. I know it's kind of divisive, but I think it's very good. Good interpretation of the comics. Drag Me to Hell.
Oh yeah, we saw that. I know we saw that together.
Yeah,
that was good.
Yeah, excellent horror. Sam Raimi.
Yep,
very good. The Friday the 13th remake came out this year. And it's the first 15 minutes of it are like awesome, like old school Friday the 13th movies, and then it's still interesting after that, but it's, it goes downhill a little bit. But still good. Zombieland, really fun.
That was Vince's pick.
Nice. World's Greatest Dad.
Oh man,
the Robin Williams.
Yeah, that's a film, man. That's
it's
a lot. That's a lot of movie.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like simultaneously like as kind of down and depressing as it could be, but also as like darkly hilarious as it could be.
That's a Bobcat Goldthwait film.
Yeah. We know as the Sandman. Adventureland, Sherlock Holmes, I really like. The Rob Zombie Halloween 2, I wanted to mention. Extract, that's Mike Judge.
Judge,
yeah. Funny People, District 9, the Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. I mean, I did watch the Harry Potter movies through these, I guess. Whatever Works.
Oh yeah, I mean, despite what you think about Woody Allen,
yeah, I know we saw that at
the theater
somewhere. But Larry David, I mean, it's like the draw.
Yeah.
It's the new Star Trek, which
that was cool. That was Clayton's pick.
Nice. Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Oh yeah.
The Box. I think we've mentioned this before.
We've talked about the Box
on here. Yeah, pretty good.
That's by the guy who did Donnie Darko.
Oh, really?
Pretty sure.
I guess I didn't even realize.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty much a Twilight Zone movie. Let me double check that. Yeah, Richard Kelly. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I guess I didn't know. Interesting. And one more, Gigantic. I don't know if you know
what
of
is
that.
Gigantic? Is that They Might Be Giants?
No.
Oh.
It's got Paul Dano and Zooey Deschanel and what's his name? John Goodman.
Weird. Oh wow, that sounds sweet.
Interesting. Weird movie. He like works at a mattress store or something, and like it's like him trying to decide if he should adopt Paul Dano trying to decide if he should like adopt a Chinese baby.
Wow, that's interesting. That's only got a 35% on Rotten Tomatoes, though.
Well,
but it's free.
Rotten Tomatoes.
It's free.
Doesn't know what they're talking about.
Okay, fair enough. Other movies you wanted to shout out, Allie?
Yeah, Andrew covered quite a bit there, but I got Crazy Heart. The soundtrack's amazing.
Yeah.
Film was okay. It wasn't. I think I hyped it up more in my head when I was getting ready because I really love Jeff Bridges. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, I think was a fun one.
Yeah.
Bill Hader, a couple other really great folks in that. And then I enjoyed them, the originals, the original films at least. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo and Play with Fire. I thought they were well done.
Yeah. I'll just rattle off some here. There was Big Fan with Patton Oswalt. Not like the most cheerful movie, but I liked it. Was a big swing for him, I felt.
Mm-hmm.
There's a wild horror film from that year, Orphan.
Yeah.
Observe and Report, which is done by the same gang who does like all the like Eastbound and Vice Principals. That was with Seth Rogen. I Love You, Man. Coraline. I really liked Coraline. That was a cool movie. Documentary called Anvil, the story of Anvil, which is a metal band from Canada that had been like trying to make it. The documentary just kind of follows them. Andrew, I think you mentioned it. It was also Kev's pick. My number 7 was Adventureland. Mentioned House of the Devil. Number 5, Great British Comedy, In the Loop.
Yeah.
You don't like In the Loop? Or actually, excuse me, that's my number 4. But go ahead, yeah.
I know you talked about it. I tried. I did watch it, and I just didn't like it. Just I don't know. It was like too dense for me or something. Like I couldn't connect with.
Got it. Okay, that's all right. That's all right. And my number 3, we haven't mentioned it. Gentlemen Broncos. Have you guys seen it?
I don't think so. I know you've talked about it. I don't think I've seen it.
Oh, this is the same guys who made Napoleon Dynamite. Gentlemen Broncos is about a kid who wants to be like a comic book artist, so he goes to this like conference. And Jermaine Clement is like the main sci-fi writer there. Actually, not like a comic. He wants to be a sci-fi writer. And Jermaine Clement is like the main speaker. Mike White's in this. Sam Rockwell, Jennifer Coolidge. Really great cast, and so dry and so funny. It's like it's a lot like Napoleon Dynamite, except I think the story is like just a little more is going on, and Jermaine Clement here gives a performance for the ages.
Need thou not be afraid, for we can turn a humdrum, forgettable name like Nebuchadnezzar into something magical like this. Nebuchadnezzar. And it's that easy. We can add Onius, Inus, or anus to just about anything, and it becomes magical. You, give me the name of one of your central protags.
Bronco.
What is he? A centaur?
No.
Does he shapeshift into equine form ever?
No, he's just a man.
Well then, I would lose the C immediately, and I'd replace it with an L. Bronlonius.
It's got a 20% on Rotten Tomatoes. Don't listen to it. Don't listen to it. Although it's in the Houseguest category here. Unfortunate.
I mean, Jermaine is amazing, and the name is amazing. So.
Gentlemen Broncos.
Yeah.
You haven't seen it, Andrew?
No.
Oh, this movie's going to change your life.
Okay.
It's right up. Listen to the listen to the synopsis here. When a teenager attends a fantasy writers convention to meet his idol, he discovers his idea for a book is stolen by the novelist and passed as his own. Essentially, this guy, Jermaine Clement, like steals this teenager's book idea because he thinks it's so good. I don't know.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna check it out.
Good. All right. Did you guys have Ferguson's?
I had a big Ferguson. My Ferguson for this year is Dragon Ball Evolution. Probably, I don't know how many people listening are also Dragon Ball Z fans, but I loved Dragon Ball Z when in like middle school, whatever. And this live action movie came out this year, and it was just like inexplicably bad. Like they completely changed everything in it. Just like kind of did their own thing. So anyway, terrible. The guy who wrote it actually, like maybe 10 years ago now or something, wrote like open letter that he was sorry for writing it and like that he put no effort into it and it was just like a payday and he feels really bad about it. And so anyway, terrible, the worst.
Never seen it, but that's pretty funny that he apologized for it.
Yeah.
Allie, do you have a Ferguson?
Yeah, I have two. My official Ferguson is Avatar.
Yeah.
I just I thought it was really unoriginal. Didn't love it. Hated the hype around it.
Yes.
And then also Blindside, just white saviory. Just not my thing.
Yeah. Avatar was on my list here. Also, like, just totally underwhelmed. I actually started trying to watch the new one on Max, and within 10 minutes I had to turn it off because I was like, I just can't watch this.
I mean, the 3D thing was cool. It was like being at one of those rides at a, in an amusement park or something.
I guess. Man, there's a lot of bad movies. Paul Blart. I think it's Paul Blart 2, or I don't know. No, it's Paul Blart 1. Mall Cop. Knowing. Do you guys know this movie with Nick Cage?
Oh, it was like a end of the world type thing, right? I never saw
very, very bad. I mean, I love Nick Cage. Don't get me wrong, but this movie was atrocious. Yeah, kind of an apocalypse type movie. And my worst movie experience, I wanted to point out, was at a theater, I should say, was seeing Public Enemies with Johnny Depp, where he plays Dillinger. And I saw this in Washington, D.C. I was trying to kill time. And I went to this theater that's like attached to where the Washington Wizards play. And it was like very early. It was like kind of an early showing. And number one, the movie stunk. But like about an hour into it, this like blaring fire alarm went off. And then they had to like escort us all out of the theater. And then that was like 30 minutes because the fire department had to come. And then they restarted the showing. But then like for like about 10 minutes, there was no sound. Like the film was playing, but there was like no talk. It was just like everything that could go kind of wrong. The film experience was going wrong and the movie was bad. It was just like, like not a great situation. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
One other one that I just want to mention before we move on, that I think needs to be mentioned is X-Men Origins Wolverine. I think the lowest point of the X-Men movies, like pretty easily.
Yeah.
Was pretty bad all around. The whole like Deadpool thing not making any sense whatsoever. Just crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, there was, I mean, listen, there was a lot of bad, I think Blindside's a really astute, I had forgotten about that one.
Yeah.
Lacey picked a movie I'd never heard of called The Wild and Wonderful Whites of West Virginia.
Documentary.
Oh, okay. Good.
Mhm.
Any good?
It's interesting,
Yeah,
for sure.
Okay, interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll check that out. Marley picked My Sister's Keeper. Nikki picked 500 Days of Summer. Shay picked Night at the Museum, Battle of the Smithsonian. Corey picked The Hangover. First time I ever went to a midnight showing on release day. Pack Theater, great memory. I was going to say, we haven't talked about Hangover, but that was kind of the comedy phenomenon that year, leading to a probably ill-advised trilogy. Joseph picked a movie called Mr. Nobody. Mel picked Up in the Air, another George Clooney vehicle.
I saw that.
Yeah,
actually.
Did you like it?
It was fine.
Yeah.
I mean,
fine. Yeah. And Josh picked The Princess and the Frog. So a couple picks there. Twilight. The Twilight saga is going on at this point. Harry Potter, of course.
Never seen a Twilight.
No.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Just go outside at like dawn.
Yeah. Okay.
Allie's like, give me the but we
just end this.
Can we just end this? What's that from, Mom? Can we just end this? Oh, Twilight Zone. It's a good life.
No.
Will somebody just end this? I mean, obviously we can't leave without talking Transformers Revenge of the Fallen.
Sure. I only saw the first Transformers.
All right. Anything more movies?
I guess not. The top grossing.
Oh
I
yeah,
guess we've gathered.
Isn't it like one of the? Is it the top grossing movie of all time? Avatar.
I don't know.
Maybe the new one's higher.
It's way up there though.
Yeah. Well, obviously we got one more thing here to do before we wrap up, and that's a little sports recap, baby. Allie, how closely? I know you like wrestling. Do you follow?
Yeah.
Is there certain leagues you follow more than others?
I mean, my dad played in the NFL, so sports were a big part of my life.
Yeah.
So I follow the NFL pretty well, NBA mostly pretty well. Find baseball boring.
Yeah. Do you have teams? Like, are there teams you cheer for?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Oregon native, so Portland Trailblazers are my team.
Yeah.
And then because we don't have an NFL team, I've always been a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan.
Oh, okay. We got a NBA championship for the Los Angeles Lakers over the Orlando Magic, 4-1. In the NFL, we got a championship for Pittsburgh. The Pittsburgh Steelers defeat the Arizona Cardinals 27-23. The World Series that year is won by the New York Yankees over the Philadelphia Phillies, 4-2. And in the NHL, we have two championships this year for Pittsburgh. The Pittsburgh Penguins defeat the Red Wings 4-2-3. So, another exciting year in sports. And that wraps up 2009. Just like I don't know, not a bad year, not my favorite year, but plenty of stuff to like. I think like a surprisingly good year in television. Usually I feel like I'd never walk away feeling like TV's that great, but this year was really good.
Yeah, some good stuff.
I felt mostly strong about the music. It was a good year for me.
Okay. Yeah. You love that Bad Company
Good metal
cover.
year.
Yeah. Can't stop humming it.
Yeah.
That and Andrew, Party in the USA. Andrew, did you listen to it today by any chance?
No, maybe I should. I should have, I guess, before I besmirched it.
Slandered. Wait for that Miley Cyrus lawsuit.
I used to host trivia, and that song everybody was into.
Well,
listen to that.
It is.
Listen to this guitar tone. Oh my god. Wait for it. Yeah, you did. Holy shit. I mean, do you want me to stop? Because I don't want to. Allie's like, get me out of here.
No, this is it.
Hold on, we got to get to the chorus.
Taxi Man, baby.
Hold on. Here we go. Yes, it was.
Never heard of Jay-Z.
Wow, wow. Oh. Okay. God damn, that's good. Okay. So, yeah, I don't know. Any other Andrew, any final thoughts?
No. Good year.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Better than bad.
A ringing endorsement. Better than bad.
It's good.
I wouldn't say like I'm dying to go back to 2009 for any particular reason.
Yeah. Man, that sounds like a good 90s band. Better than bad. Or maybe I'm thinking of Better Than Ezra. I don't know. Were you someone sent me that Norm Macdonald joke, the Better Than Ezra joke? Was that Brett? Maybe.
Probably.
Hey, do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. It's funny.
But okay, well it was a bunch of fun to talk 09. What are we up to next, Andrew?
Next episode we're going
Hold on. Everybody listen closely. This is a big one.
Yeah. Next time on the Patreon, we're going to be talking the Polaris album, music from the Adventures of Pete and Pete.
Wow.
An album track by track. We're gonna go through this thing. This was requested by our friend Scott. Probably overdue. I mean,
yeah,
we've definitely talked about Polaris a lot, but it'd be fun to kind of go song by song, and look at it.
Under the microscope.
Definitely.
Important album. Just
no doubt. I think it's a thing that kind of connects a lot of people in our kind of who like BOC, and so I'm going to try to post something on Patreon where people can either leave like audio reviews of maybe something they'd want to say about certain songs, or the feedback through written response, and we'll try to share people's thoughts on the songs. But love this album. If you haven't checked it out, music from the Adventures of Pete and Pete. Go check it out. You know what? You know that podcast I like with Vanessa Bayer, How We Got Weird?
Yeah.
They just had Danny Tamborelli on.
Oh, wow.
And it was a really, really good conversation.
Have to give him a chance. Finally.
Yeah, it's a good conversation. So shut that out. In the meantime, if you want to get a hold of us, we're on Instagram at Orange Couch Podcast. You can email us at orangecouchpodcast@gmail.com. And of course, we are on Patreon now. Andrew, you just sent out the newest Betty Ann tier, just a little fun gift.
Yeah, I think it's cool.
Yeah, no, yeah.
At least it's something that I thought I might want.
Yeah, no.
Try to go back.
I think it's fun. We will be hooking up our Betty Ann tier more throughout the year. If you're in the Betty Ann tier, you can always request what you want to hear. We had someone just, they didn't want to be on the episode, but they gave us a topic they wanted to hear about, or you could join us. That's where you can find us. Allie, thank you so much for joining us in the year 2009.
Yeah, good to go back. Really was.
Yeah.
Man. I had a good time just reflecting on the year itself, and
Before we go, Allie, anything else to shout out?
So if you've been listening for the last over year that I've been guesting on, that I mentioned I started doing stand-up comedy, and it has really taken off for me in a lot of ways. So I have a few sets online on a YouTube. You can watch full sets of mine. If you go to at AllieJIsGay, all one word, ALLYJISGAY. I'm on Instagram, and I have links to my sets. I did some storytelling and I won a moth story, so that's online as well. So, you know, I just hope folks check it out because I think I'm doing pretty well. And, you know, that's all I got to say about it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's amazing and impressive.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, if you're Portland, come see me live because I run a mic and a show and doing lots of stuff in Portland and Seattle.
Nice.
Do you have like a specific place you tend to be at, or?
Yeah, I host my own show called Hear You Loud and Queer, and it's a queer comedy show that is at Schilling Cider House in Portland, and then we also do one at Luster Pearl in Portland. So it's at 2 venues you get a chance to see. But I'm all over the place in Portland and Seattle. So if you're in the Northwest, find me out. Come see me at a show. Come say hi.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
But
why won't Allie? Why won't the people on Instagram select?
I keep wondering
SNL draft because it is. I think it's one of the better episodes we've done, and people just won't vote for it.
I don't know why either. What a fun topic, and that was a very fun episode to do.
Yeah.
So y'all are missing out by continuing to skip over this one.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to keep posting it. I'm not like going to stop, but you know, I guess if people want to hear about Animorphs or whatever, like that's, you know, they're
maybe it's your posting
me
too often. Maybe it's like it's gotten in people's heads, like in the back of their head, they're like, "This isn't good because he's posting it every time."
No,
I'm posting it every time because I know like people should hear it.
I know, but I'm just saying, you know, you have those thoughts sometimes.
This isn't an ad for joining the Patreon, though. I mean, we've had some good ones.
Oh
like
man,
Drunk Review of Ernest Scared Stupid. All the drunk reviews of Are You Afraid of the Dark? I mean,
horror movie draft was fun.
I'm missing out.
I mean, listen, I could talk all day about old lady ghosts having to go pee. It's a real issue. All right, we've rambled. Andrew, close us out.
Yeah, great episode. Good place, good year to visit, and we hope we'll see all you natural fibers.
W-A-R-T, Ward Radio, Wellsville.
Is there something you need to get off your chest on Tom Hanks? Because like this is it.
Oh, call him out now. If you're listening, Tom. No, I don't. I've said what I said about Tom Hanks. There's no redeeming him for me. That's where I'm at.
Wow.
He's not. I'm not calling him out on my routine or anything, but I have strong feelings about Mr. Hanks. So,
Andrew, do you like Tom Hanks?
Oh yeah.
What's your?
He has made fire.
Great. My God, the guinea pigs are going wild.
Yeah.
All right. Well, our Bean, be quiet.